Hello. I hope everybody is doing amazing. Um, I got this just very strange energy tonight. I was in my car and I received like a musical kind of download, and it was Kid Cudi, Day and Night. And I was listening to it, and I was just like, it, the collective person feels just defeated. Um, it just go to Google and pull up the lyrics of it, and it's just talks about someone basically repressing their feelings with weed and trying not to feel and just feeling like basically the world's against them, and that and if I were to apply it to the collective situation, like the collective doesn't love them, like the girl he loves doesn't have feelings for him anymore, and things of that nature. It was sad, very, very, very sad, and it was just like, okay, this is where we're going tonight. Um, it just feels almost it's just a very defeated feeling. So, I mean, Kid Cudi, Day and Night could be um, important to some of you, or yeah, it just was. I just sat and listened to it. I kind of got off into just kind of a very deep, kind of a. Okay, all of these are falling. All of these are falling on the floor. Emotional, guys. Emotional, going through an array of emotions, unstable. Exactly what I was feeling. Exactly what I was feeling. And some other cards fell, but that was the one that I was called to. This person is just going through a range of emotions. I'm not sure what's going on right now, but it's like somebody's at the end of their rope, almost. Um, and I mean, I don't know how many of you guys are not in contact and just don't really know what's going on, but it really feels like the person is at the end of their rope. I saw one that was turned over. No. Just emotional, unstable. You know, this is very much like what a dark night of the soul feels like. It's just almost like it's dark. Really, I mean, like nothing is going right. Like no matter how hard this nervous, I'm scared to approach you. I don't know if this person did something or they need to tell you something, but you are this person's missing piece. You're my missing puzzle piece. We were made for one another. This feels like a separation reading. And this person is really afraid of losing you, like forever, permanently, type of feels. There's a lot of regret here. I wonder if that's going to be all for this deck. You know what, I'm feeling that deck too. I'm going to put this one down for 1 second because I'm kind of feeling called to it, but not just yet. There's a particular card in here that I'm feeling it's like, this isn't goodbye, or something to that effect. Obsessed. I think I'm obsessed with you. I think about you all the time, stalk your socials, and hope I run into you while I'm out. Twin flame, you activated my soul to find my purpose and destiny in life. You helped me heal in ways no one could. Thank you for finding me again this time around. Mm. I'm uncomfortable as I sit here. Really very uncomfortable. You're perfect. Your beauty amazes me. I'm not sure how I attracted in someone like you, but I'm forever grateful. And they feel like they're at a forever loss if they lose you, you know? My dreams. I've been dreaming about you, and my dreams were so free and in love. I wish I could stay there forever. It was 555 as I looked up, which you know what means change. Change. So there could be some very deep transformation happening in this situation and with this person. I feel like and I've had this feeling before, but this is really intense. I feel like I want to just cry. Like, cry. Like I'm just lost. I'm scared to let you get too close to me for you to find out my secrets. This person has something to tell you, but they're terrified that if you find out, that you will walk forever. During this time apart, I've done a lot of self-reflecting and recognized how deep our connection is. You've broken down the barriers I had around my heart. My focus has always been my career. I'm trying to provide the life you deserve. This person does not feel good about what they have right now. They just don't feel like they're enough. I've made peace with my past and I'm working on bringing balance into our connection. I think that's very much a future energy. I don't feel like that's where they're making peace with their past and they're reflecting on it. A lot of self-reflection here, a lot of self-reflection, but terrified at the same time, like scared to death. Because there's something that they haven't told you that they're scared to death for you to find out. My life is empty without you in it. I regret pushing you away and want another chance at the bottom of the freaking deck. But this person, I don't know if there's someone else who knows this secret and who they're afraid of, will tell you. But there's something about them feeling like under the gun or not not wanting this to get out. I gotta shuffle this deck. This has stuff from before. Hang on. There's some mixed up cards. I didn't put them in here right. Leo keeps coming out. I don't know why Leo keeps coming out, but it just does. I was used to being the center focus of everyone's attention, but your magnetism outweighs mine, and I was insecure about that. You know, they're also insecure about you receiving attention from others and finding somebody else that they feel is better than them while they're trying to get themselves together, instead of just telling you, I'm working on myself. I love you and I want to be with you, but I am scared and I need to figure myself out for a little while. They're terrified and, you know, they don't even want to be vulnerable enough to say anything like that because they're just afraid you're just going to find someone else anyway, because this person's been abandoned repeatedly in life. As a child, you know, people didn't show up, they couldn't provide, or they simply weren't there. So it was easier for this person to walk away before you did. Sorry guys, I'm trying to make sure my microphone is on because the air conditioner's on. Leo keeps coming out. I don't know if you're dealing with a Leo, if Leo season is, it's coming up. I think it's right after Gemini season. Well, it's not coming up right away. We have a few more signs before then, but it's not too far off either. Leo season could be important. Leo season last year could have been important. You'll have to Google the dates for Leo. I don't remember. I think it's, excuse me. I think it's like September. I don't know. You know what? I'm not even sure. 86 could be, the year 1986 could be important. 86 or 68. Something could have happened significant on those dates also. But you'll have to Google the Leo dates. I'm not sure. Should try to pull a couple more of these and see what we can see here. But I mean, the Kid Cudi song was just, it was a lot. It really kind of almost put me into a trance. This person is doing the work that it's going to take to get them to the point where they have some self-love, because at this point, they're learning to forgive oneself and others and healing from their inner child with shadow work, recognizing the triggers that have affected them from moving forward. They're seeing how this is just, running from the situation, a good, positive situation, a healthy situation. They're seeing it. They're seeing it. And we have destiny. We have maybe leaning towards yes and an age difference. And I don't know what this one is. Twin flame. That is the second reference to freaking twin flame. Unbelievable. Check this out, guys. Twin flame. Twin flame. Two different decks. This is the twin flame journey. If you're not familiar with the twin flame journey, you'll need to look that up. Do your research. 33 is a master number. That could be an age. That could be anything. 94 could be something. 94 or 49 could be significant. 33 could be significant. 26 or 62 or 1962. This is talking about an age difference, guys. With the twin flame journey, I will say this. The twin flame journey drives so much healing. You mirror the other, like they draw up wounds in you, you trigger wounding in them to heal it. Not so that you can antagonize each other or anything like that. There's a runner and a chaser dynamic, so a lot of times, divine feminine has a wounding of abandonment, rejection, and divine masculine could also have those, but he is a lot of times like the avoidant or the runner and takes off when things get too real. And he just can't until he goes through his healing and she hers. Because honestly, in a twin flame, connection does not always result in union. And when you do come together, it's typically because you have a mission together. There's something that you're here to do together, right? And a lot of times there's religious differences or age differences or, some societal norm difference, something that society might say, oh, you don't belong together, or families don't agree, or what have you. But they also know that this is destined. This is a destined connection. But it also triggers a dark night of the soul. That's part of the healing. A lot of times a spiritual awakening happens big time. And a dark night of the soul is so hard. Oh my gosh. I've been through them several times. Because as a Scorpio, that's pretty much what we do. I mean, we tear shit down when it gets to, when it's not working, and we fix it. We're infamous for it. It's what we do. You know, we're death in the tarot. We're death. Death and rebirth. Death and rebirth. It's what we do all our whole lives. We, you know, if you knew me back when I was in my early 20s, you'd be like, ew, gross. She is a mess, a hot mess, and she's an asshole. You know, made lots of mistakes, burned lots of people, pissed lots of people off. I was not a nice person. I was not a good person at all. And it has taken me a long time. And I'm not perfect, but I live better. And I treat people a shitload better than I did when I was in my early 20s. I really do. I've learned a lot. I've been through a lot. Karmically, I've had to pay a lot of karmic debt back, you know, for the way that I treated others. And, but now, you know, not to say like I said, I'm still learning. We're here. This is Earth School. We're here to learn the whole time. If you're not learning, you're no longer on Earth. Or, well, whatever. You're no longer, you know, in this realm. Because it's what we're here to do. Okay? This person wants to come towards you desperately, but doesn't, I mean, it's a maybe leaning yes, toward yes, but they're scared to death. They know to come towards you, they need to do it right, and they need to come correct. Because what happens in the twin flame journey is divine feminine, eventually she finds her worth. She may not start out that way, and she may, you know, be loving to a fault to where she's just not doing for herself. You know what I mean? And she's treating herself like shit to benefit divine masculine and cater to him. And there's nothing wrong with catering to someone, but reciprocity must exist. And eventually she realizes, yeah, this isn't reciprocal at all. This is not going to work. This will not work. And she demands more. Like, if you can't bring it, if you can't, you know, ascend to where I am, then it isn't going to work. It doesn't mean come in perfect, but come in ready to work. Because it's work. Ascension is work. You know, healing is a lot of work. Every Friday, I sit with a counselor. Every Friday. And if necessary, more than once a week. Because guess what? We're here to heal and get better. And divine masculine isn't quite there. I mean, he knows it has to happen. Because here's the thing. When you're in your internal world and it's all messed up and everything is unhealed, hurting, I mean, you're basically bleeding emotionally. And you're using temporary fixes like alcohol, drugs, sex, people, surface level relationships you don't have to go deep with, you know, chaos, drama, you know, whatever, money, whatever the case, to basically take a paper towel and pat this gushing wound, emotional wound. You're taking a paper towel and you're taking a little Band-Aid and trying to, you got an artery that's spewing and you're trying to put a Band-Aid over it. And eventually you realize that shit's not going to work. You're exhausted. You're emotionally, mentally, and physically drained. And your outside world, it is reminiscent of your inside world. Like, what is going on in your mind, the way you think, the wounding, all that, where you learn certain things and you've taken them as, as the word of God and put them into place in your life, but they're not appropriate. Your life on the outside is going to reflect the life on the inside, right? And as you heal, your life gets better. Well, divine masculine is out here in the 3D world trying to get the money and this and that. And, it's not coming to him no matter how hard he tries, and he just doesn't understand why the hell it's not happening for him. It's not happening for him because he's not cleaning up the inside. and figuring out what it is that he needs to be doing with his life purpose and all the crap he's been through to assist others in this earth school, right? And that the money would follow. All of the other 3D things would follow if he would love himself so he could love his twin and he could be out here and he could really, love the world. It's a collective healing as well. It's not just for him. I'm going to get a moonology card and I'm going to pull that. And see, because divine masculine is really, really feeling like things are falling apart. Now they know that this is a destined connection, but they don't feel like they can handle it, or they're worried about what other people will think. They're very much in 3D, and they need to live for themselves rather than other people. They could very much be a people pleaser. They could have, some of the wounding could have been a narcissistic parent or narcissism themselves. You know what I mean? Depending. Everyone's situation is different, but there's some wounding. There's internal wounding. And divine feminine's energy is healing for them. But they're used to chaos. They're not used to healing. So it's too much. It's like overload. It's like, oh my God, this is too good to be true. This is not for me. I don't deserve this. There's a whole worthiness factor. All the things. I don't deserve this. And then that internal tape is telling them, like from a parent, like, you're lazy, you're this, you're that, you're stupid, any of the things that we're told as children and growing up that are inaccurate. You're bad. Oh, you desire sex? You're bad. No, you're human. And it's a beautiful thing when it's not abused and used inappropriately. It's source. It's a portal. A woman's womb is a portal from heaven to earth. We bring life. 2222 as I look on the timer. You are good enough. Check that out. You are good enough. Wow. Full moon in Virgo. He doesn't know his worth. She is finding hers. But he doesn't feel worthy of this. Feels like it's too good to be true. Honestly, that is what divine masculine sees when he sees divine feminine. No, she must be not real. She must have put a spell on me. She must have done this. She must be faking. She's a great actress. Whatever. I'm not worthy of this. Maybe he realizes because his intuition is good that she is good, but he doesn't feel like he deserves it. Because somewhere down the line, he's made mistakes. He might have outright freaking just more than sabotaged and really betrayed her. I'm going to take that one. Conclusions are within reach with the full moon eclipse. I never actually read that one before. And I don't think I've read the full moon in Virgo. I'm going to read these two. Okay, yeah. Time for glasses. I know there's a huge age gap between us, and some may even object because of that. However, we are so similar in many ways regardless of our differences. Instant cosmic connection, similar upbringing or dating history, difference in age, but maturity level is almost the same, and sometimes not that. Full moon in Virgo. I opened it to full moon in Cancer. Virgo could be significant. August is Virgo. And actually, Leo could be between Gemini and Virgo, I'm pretty sure. Let's see. It's time to be really honest with yourself and understand what's led you to ask your question. Have you been humbled to the point of being self-effacing? Humility is good, but it can go too far, and drawing this card suggests you may be underrating yourself. You don't have to be flash, just quietly certain that you are good enough. At the other end of the scale, you also need to honestly answer this question. Have you been too picky? The full moon in Virgo card needs some truthful answers. Once you've been given them, like I said, your person has something that they need to tell you that may not be comfortable to hear. Once you've given them, it should be easier to see how you got where you are. Your next step should be more than obvious to you. Pay attention to the details. Hard work brings results. Find a balance between the cosmic and the mundane in your daily life. Additional meanings, worrying too much will attract more things to worry about because your mind, you're forever manifesting, whether it's good or bad. Okay. If your pessimistic mindset is constant, you're going to constantly attract and manifest negative things in your life. But if you are optimistic and wherever the mind goes, energy flows. Okay. And you're manifesting it. If it's good, great. Think about the things you want, not the things you don't want. Have you been overly critical? An apology may be in order. Stop second guessing yourself. Raise your karma by doing something good for someone else. A full moon in Virgo is a time to declutter your life, your home, and your office. It's time to sort what's good in your life from what's not serving you. That is what your divine masculine needs to do. He needs to disconnect from things that no longer serve, whether it's people, places, or things, ideas, outdated belief systems, whatever. It's also time to clear out your energies via salt baths and meditations and to practice getting more grounded by walking barefoot. No matter when you draw this card, it's a reminder that it's a good time to start living a healthier life. And then we have a full moon eclipse. I wish there were page numbers on there. That'd be great. Full moon eclipse. And just like that, a door slams shut. If you pulled this card, it suggests the situation you're asking about is about to reach a peak or has just done so and things are now out of your hands. What you're experiencing now is what your soul signed up for, a way for you to learn and for your soul to evolve. So allow events to unfold and be easy on yourself. If you're letting go of someone or something, know it's the right time, as hard as it may be. And that may be what your divine masculine is going through right now. And it may be what you need to do with your divine masculine at this point to let them go through whatever it is they need to go through. Anything that's for you will never pass you by. It may take time, but it will never pass you by if it is intended to be. Forgiving someone for what they did could be key to resolving the situation in a positive way. It doesn't make it right what they did, but it releases it so you can move on or you can move forward in a situation. Your divine masculine needs to bring you truth, whatever those truths may be. Doors which slam shut now will not reopen. So you know what? Deal with things gently. Deal with things gently. It's time for you to get back on track. Forgiveness will set you free of karma. Meditation, pranayama, and yoga nidra are all recommended now. Seed control and let events unfold. Full moons are nearly always about climaxes and very often about conclusions. Full moon eclipses are the same, but on steroids. A full moon eclipse can be hard to handle because it portends change. Something many of us are uncomfortable with, your divine masculine. But change is a part of life, and this card, no matter when you pull it, reminds you of that fact. Full moon eclipses can give us a glimpse into what Carl Jung called the shadow self. Work with your darkness. And that is what your person is going through right now. They're working through their darkness. And it may just be the beginning of this journey for them, and it is a very extreme solitary journey. It is not something, I mean, you can love somebody through part of it, but they have to get it started, and they have to work through some things before you could ever think about, you know, even being there for them. There's things they have to work through to even allow you in, for that matter. I mean, because until they're ready to let you in, they'll just push you away time and time again. You know what I mean? Until they figure out what it is that, why, you know, first of all, that if they wait forever, they'll lose a very good thing. You know, you can't wait for somebody forever. That's not a thing. And I never recommend that. Like, live your whole life, because life's short and not promised. And you know what? Your divine masculine may decide they never want to go through it. Or they may decide to sit you down and say, you know what? I love you. I have work to do. I'm working on it. I need more time. And that's appropriate, you know? But if they can't give you that and they just ghost you or whatever, and they go ghost for months or what have you, do not sit around and wait for them. Live your life. Because again, life is far too short. You cannot wait for somebody to fix themselves, and you certainly cannot fix anyone. 3111, as I looked up on the timer, 111, that's new beginnings. Now, whether that's new beginnings with this person or without this person, and with yourself, maybe you need to reflect, you know, work on self-love for a while. Maybe you have some things you need to do. Maybe you haven't come into that Empress energy yet, you know, and feminine and masculine energy are just that, their energy. It is not a gender, so that you know. So maybe you need to sit with your divine feminine energy and work on that. You know what I mean? And work on your healing, or move on. If you're ready and you're past that point, and you feel like you're ready to give someone another chance, then do that. You know? And I know on a twin flame journey, though, it's hard. That's really hard. You know, because it is such a bond. It is such a tight connection that really giving somebody else a real chance is hard. You know, it's like, you don't want to use anyone as a placeholder. You feel bad, you know, if you, but by the same token, you have to get to a point and a place where, especially if people are not giving you any information and they're just letting you wonder what the hell is going on. No, you're a separate person, and you, no matter if that is a second half of your soul, it doesn't matter. You're still complete within yourself. And if you don't feel like you're complete within yourself, guess what? You have some work to do, because you're complete within yourself. You don't need anybody to feel complete. Okay? And again, hopefully, let's send hope, love, prayers, good energy to our divine masculines, and pray and hope, and, you know, hopefully they're working on it, you know, because it's worth it. Healing is worth it. But you can lead a horse to water, but you cannot make them drink. So that's what I have for you guys today. I'm sorry, the energy is still heavy. 3333 as I look up on the timer. And I'm going to end it here. And I hope you guys have an amazing night. And I probably will not post this until tomorrow, because it's just too late tonight. I want as many people to be able to see this as possible. So take care, guys.